Is the new Cobb Accessport, sub version number 3 for 2014 WRX. I'll have to open this bad boy up. I'm on a chest mount right now, so sorry about that. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to open this thing up. I'm going to go to this website, update the software. So we'll go through doing that. Pull this out. Pull it out, grab the USB cable, grab the access port itself, plug this guy in, right on the side here. So I'm on a Mac. I'll go to my Launchpad, scroll over to my app, which is the Accessport Manager. Open that up. So now that I have it plugged in, basically it shows that there's a new firmware update. So what I'm going to do is go to updates right here, click that, and then I'm going to go to begin firmware update. So it's going, it's downloading the file right now, updating the firmware on the access port. It's about 30 megabyte file. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically downloading that right now. And we'll let that do its thing. We're at 29 megs, 30 megs, alright. Just checking it. It's downloading the update files again. And it's rebooting the access port. Now it's checking the access port, determining the updates, 2 out of 4. This will take a minute. So you can see right here, I'm uninstalled, if you can read that. Haven't installed it yet on the vehicle, so okay, so the access port's done updating. So now what we're going to do is go to the Cobb tuning website. So it's the main page here. We'll click on the maps icon. Then we will click the appropriate make or model of the car. So I'm going to Subaru, I'm going to WRX maps. I'm going to go to 2014 stock intake. I do have a Cobb SF intake. I'm going to do the stock intake first, and then I'm going to add the Cobb SF intake and do another video on that. So let's just go for now. We're going to do the Stage 1 ACN 91 octane. I'm in California here with crap gas, so 91 is the best we can get. I'm just going to try the normal wastegate at first. And I'm going to data log it and see what the boost is looking like and see what the air-fuel ratios are looking like, just to make sure we're not over boosting. So I'll check that out. So I'm going to download that map right now. Getting that thrown into my downloads. Okay, so I almost forgot, what you want to do too is you want to hit eject access port at the end, or Command E on the Mac. What that'll do is disconnect it, and then you can go around here, disconnect your access port from your USB, and go take it out to the car now. Alright, so let's go walk out to the car. Here's my ride, 2014 Subaru WRX. It is got the sunroof, got a roof rack on there, Yakima bike racks, put Rally Sport mud flaps on there, the Rally Armor mud flaps, I mean. Here is the Cobb SF intake, so I'll be putting that on later. Anyways, let's get back to the car. So let's go put this in. Alright, so now we are in the car. I don't know if you guys can see down here, but there should be a ODB2 port. Let's see, where's it at? Straight down here at the bottom. Probably can't see that, but you can feel it. It's keyed one direction. So basically, let's do the next step. All right, so go ahead and get back into that accessories box. Take out that that mount there, put that to the side. Grab the ODB2 cable. Let's take the nice little wire tie off here, and go ahead and hook that into the Accessport right here in the bottom here. It's keyed one way. There's a little arrow on there, so that goes into the front, and it will click in. You should hear 2 clicks for both sides, so you know it's in there good. Okay, so basically we got this thing on, so we're gonna go ahead and put the key, turn it on to the on position, right? So that's right before you hit the starter. We're gonna go ahead and hit the radio off. The fog lights and the other lights need to be off as well. Then what they want you to do, let's see. Then you're gonna go through the Accessport identification. So we're gonna identify our target vehicle. So we're gonna just hit continue on here for right now. So let's do that first. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. All right, so hit OK. All right, so then we have the options here to install or to troubleshoot. So real quick, I'm just gonna go to troubleshoot. Why not? Just see what I can read. You got a memory snapshot, so you can read the current state of the ECU. So let's just do that. Looks like it's scrolling through here. I mean, I'm just gonna do this just to make sure that everything's in, you know, good working order. It looks like it may take a second here, so I'll pause this and go back to when it's done with the computer. So let's see what else we got here. So it looks like you can reset the ECU. You can also read code. So we're gonna hit the back button here. This is navigation. Obviously, this is up, this is down, this is back, this is enter or select. So we're just gonna go back one more time. I'm gonna go up here, right? And I think what we'll go ahead and do is let's set it up. So let's go to the setup. I'm just checking this out, right? So we're just gonna go through here. Auto on off settings, so we got that. We got change language, change units. Let's see what's in there. We got imperial, metric, and metric with airflow rate or airflow ratio, I guess, AFR. So let's go back. All right, so it looks like you also have help in there as well. But let's go ahead and do what we want to do here is go ahead and install the Accessport. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit install. So it's asking me, is your Subaru a 2014 Impreza WRX and with a manual transmission? And that is correct. All right, so now it's reading, and now I put a couple more maps on there when you guys weren't around. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through these. So basically, it looks like it has some on it already, but I'm gonna look for the stage 1 manual transmission ACN 91. This looks like it. That's the normal wastegate. Let's scroll through here. So I have the high wastegate, low wastegate, economy mode. I did end up putting that on there. Valet mode. Then we got the stage 1 SF91 octane. So that's with the intake. And then we got, you know, the other one with the Arizona, California, Nevada 91 octane. So just gonna keep scrolling through there. See what we got. So version 331. So all the stage 2 stuff. Stage 2. Okay. So let's just go through. So I got version 330, version 331. Looks like I'm gonna go with the version 331. And let me go to stage 1, ACN, Arizona, California, Nevada, 91 octane, manual transmission, stage 1. That's just a normal wastegate. So we're gonna go ahead and install that. So I just hit enter on there. It says a battery charger is recommended. please turn off headlights and climate controls and connect battery charger before proceeding. You may drain the battery. So this is just basically so you don't drain the battery while you're doing this, because that is a bad idea. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my door. That way it's not taking any power from that, and we're gonna go ahead and hit enter. All right, so now it's going through it, and it is updating the ECU right now. We're flashing it. Also, you can see here on the dash, what's going on here? The ABS light, the hill assist is checked off. We got the check engine light on, brake, check engine, oil, battery, and skid protection, or you know, traction control, I mean. So anyways, my car has 21,757 miles on it right now. It's 2014. I got it in May of last year, so put quite a few miles on it. All right, so we're at 88, 89, 90%. We're almost done. Cool. All right, so now it is flashing the ECU. We're just gonna wait for this to happen. So also what I gotta figure out here is where I'm gonna put the mount. I'm thinking right here. You can see it. It's kind of dark in here, but it's getting dark. It is 6:02, 65 degrees outside. Thinking I'm gonna put it right up here. I think I've seen, you know, quite a few guys. I watch, you know, Evan Shanks on YouTube, another fellow YouTuber. So he kind of just, you know, made me want to make some videos, because I've been wanting to make some videos and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Just kind of get excited and want to get the stuff on the car as fast as possible. So just trying to break this down right now. Okay, so it looks like it is successful. All right, I heard the car kind of do a couple clicks. I also heard the fuel pump kick on. So now it's telling me that the installation was successful. Please turn off the ignition key to the off position to complete. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm taking the key out. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Okay. All right, so now it looks like it's on there. So now it looks like I got all my stuff. So let's go to gauges. Let's just check that out. So I'm probably gonna want to do, I'm thinking 4 gauges. So I might do that. You know, bar gauge. So we got the PSI for boost and 2 other digital gauges. Let's just do 4. So let's go ahead and start the car. All right. So it starts. It's a good sign. That's always good. Okay, it's not logging, so we're gonna just go ahead and hit start logging. All right, so I'm just gonna let the car idle for a little bit, let it warm up, kind of figure out the ECU. You know, I'm assuming, no, my gas mileage and the trip meter, none of that stuff resets. So that's kind of interesting if you're wondering if that stuff resets. So it looks like on here with these gauges, I got airflow correction, correction number 1. Oh, so this is all the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop logging. So I'm gonna hit enter again. I'll back up to setup, and I'm gonna change the gauge layout. So I got that. Actually, we're gonna go back up again. Change units. Let's see. Back to that. I'm gonna go back. So gauges. I got performance. The 0 to 60, quarter mile, dynamometer. So that's pretty cool. You got the troubleshooting. Got the tune. So tune your vehicle with the maps. So you can change the maps. You can show the current map. So let's go on there. I am on the original map, or the new map, I should say. So I'm running that one. So let's go back. This is where you would uninstall or unmarry it. And here's a user tools. So you can back up your ECU data. You can save all that stuff. All right. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna play around with that a little bit, and I'll get back on here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in here too. So we're basically at the main screen, right? So we're going from gauges. We're gonna go down to tune. Going on there, and it looks like you can make the adjustments, so that's kind of cool. So go to adjustments on here. You got change idle, so you can up or increase or decrease the idle by 300 RPM. So that's kind of interesting. Right now I'm at about 900 RPM, I guess, which, I mean, it seems to be pretty smooth, so I'll just keep it there, obviously. You got timing adjust. Not gonna mess with that, not unless I've got a pro tuner out here or have really a lot of experience with the data logging, so that's obviously not gonna happen at first. Flat foot shifting, I'm not gonna mess with that. That's just, I mean, if you're racing the thing all the time and you want to do that, you're really going to beat up on your transmission. It's just not a good idea. Just rev match, shift quick. There's not really a need for it, I don't think. But the other cool thing on here that I'm going to go ahead and enable is launch control. So we're going to go in there. So right now it's set for 8,000 RPM, which is obviously super high. You're never going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and enter there. I'm going to set it for, I guess, 3,000 RPM. At first, so I just went in there, I hit enter, right? I just scrolled down to 3,000 RPM, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter on there again. And then I'm gonna go back out. All right, so now I'm assuming I should be able to just stick my foot in the clutch and rev it, and it should go to 3,000 RPM. So that is the two-step launch control at 3,000 RPM. All right, let's see if you can hear that out here. Okay, so that didn't work that time. Guess you gotta have your foot in on the clutch, obviously. So that's pretty cool. Right on. So you can still rev the car up. Obviously above 3,000 RPM. If anybody was wondering how that launch control works, it'll rev up, but once you stick your foot into the clutch, it will hit the launch control right around 3,000 RPM. So that's awesome. All right, so now I'm gonna go drive this thing around. Fun begins. Feels like I gotta give it a little bit more throttle before I let out the clutch. See how it feels though. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the data logging on this thing. So I'm just gonna hit the enter button. We'll start logging it just so we can get an idea when I come back of how this thing's running. So right off the bat, feels like I gotta give it less throttle once I start to get going. Feels like it's just starting to take off right away, which is cool. Let's see how this gauge works out. Get into a little bit of boost. See what happens. All right, so right off the bat, I mean, I can't really tell. I don't really know what it's doing as far as the gauges go on there. Maybe I don't have it set up right, but everything sounds similar. I'm in third gear around 3,500. I'm just gonna lay into it a little bit. So I can feel a building boost. I mean, it feels okay. nothing really dramatic. I mean, nothing's blowing me out of the water. You know, I think it keeps pulling. Before it seems like it's kind of will flatten out. But right now it feels like it's pulling pretty good throughout the RPM range. So I know, like, usually from, you know, 3,000 to about 3,000 to 400,000 is where it really starts building boost, and then probably after, I don't know, about 4,500, 5,000, it just feels like it kind of drops off. So go hit the freeway, hit a little freeway off ramp, do a little pull on that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the data logging for now, and I'll start it again here in a second. So, I mean, I can't really tell how this gauge is working. I mean, I don't know if that's negative boost or what that even means, AF correction. I gotta figure that out. I thought down there that little red line was like a boost gauge, but obviously it's not. Okay, so we'll get on the freeway here. So this is 2,500, 3,000, 5,000, 6, 7, all right. 6,500 RPM. It does feel like it's pulling throughout the range all the way. It feels quite a bit faster as far as just a clean pull, I guess. So I got up to about 70 miles an hour or whatnot, just merging on the freeway. So I mean, just getting up to freeway traffic. The gauge looks cool in here. I really just got to figure out what it's doing though. So anyways, I'm gonna play with that some more. Yeah, overall, I mean, feels good. Downshifted into third here. I mean, you can hear it spooling up the turbo pretty well around 4,000. So, I mean, it seems to be screaming.